Well guys, parts are starting to filter in. I've got the two gaskets and I've got a nice new piston here, which looks a lot better than this one. So I've just measured both of them, and they're both well, the one I got is a standard piston and it's the same as that one. So I'll get the rings on this and we'll get the cylinders back on. Okay, the pistons have all been cleaned, rings checked in the grooves, they're okay. Ring gap has been checked and it's well within spec. And number 4 conrod, I'm happy with that. I've taken measurements on it. It's all looks pretty straight, no damage to it. So I'm going to go with it, and the next things to get on is the cylinders. Hi guys, well we're into the rebuilding of the CB400SF. Parts are starting to filter in. The head came in the other day. I've been through and done all the settings on the valves on the bench, which you can do. It'll be rechecked once it gets in the bike. Pistons come in, got a nice new piston in number 1. All the ring gaps have been checked. Bores have been slightly honed. And the conrod's been checked. The conrod's okay. So that's all been assembled. So really what I'm waiting for now, the paint is coming for the head. Should be here tomorrow or the next day. We'll get this painted, then we can get the head on, and yeah, pretty well get it together. But I do have a list of parts coming from Japan. I order all my parts from Japan through Webbike. It's cheaper and quicker than getting them through Australia. Really good. I need to have a look at it. Webbike.com. Now looking inside the tank, it was a mess, really. It was brown, gungy, all wasn't very nice at all. But after the vapor rust, it's come up like brand new. I'm really happy with that. That was a major issue, you know, but no, it's come out really good. I don't know whether you can see inside here, and I'll try and shine the light on it, but yeah, she's really nice inside, you know. Okay, I'm just checking the fuel pump out. I've had it out, I've cleaned it, and I'm just checking its operation before I put it on the bike. So I've just got to connect it up to this little battery here. But there she is, working okay. That's good. You just flush that fuel through. Yeah, that's good to go. One of the things I have to do with this bike is to go through the fuel system. Now I've cleaned out the fuel tank, and now I'm onto the injectors. We've got the throttle body here. Now this injector rail comes out of, there's the ports for the injectors, and it's just held in by 4 bolts. So I unbolted that, pulled one of the injectors off, and I've made up this little device to clean the injectors, and I'll just give it a nice clean out. That's going pretty well. I'm happy with that. So I'll do that to all 4 of them, and also the rails as well. Make sure they're all nice and clean. Okay, the fuel system has all been checked. The tank has been cleaned. The pump has been cleaned and tested. The injectors have been cleaned and tested as well. So fuel system's all good, ready to go. I've been waiting on the paint. The paint has come in, and I've painted the head, and it's a really good match to the original colour, which was what, matte Axis grey, Honda matte Axis grey it was. But yeah, happy with that. I baked it in, put it in the barbecue and baked it. So we're ready to get this on the bike now. Okay, the head's all been painted, very happy about that. Put the this plate here on. I've got the gasket here ready to go, and the cylinder's now ready to accept the head. We've got the 3 dowels and the O-ring in place. There's a dowel over there, one there, the O-ring there, and the other dowel there. And the head is now ready to go on. The gasket, it's got to go on with the up way. Gasket is now in position, and the head surface has all been cleaned. She's now ready to go on. The head gasket's on, the head's ready to go on, but before I can put the head on, I've got to take the cams out of the head. So I'll just loosen these bolts off, and we'll just get these bolts out. Okay, bearing caps come off. Place them there. All the bearing caps are off. Cams come out. The exhaust cam. We don't want that rolling off, so I'll just push that out there. Put it in there. Oh, one there. So okay, the head's ready to go in now. That's better. Yeah, we'll get the head into the bike. Okay, got the head on. The next thing is the head, 12 head nuts and the 2 bolts. I think I'll put the 2 bolts in first. So just a little bit of oil on them, and we'll drop them in. Okay, the 2 center bolts are in, just slightly snugged up, not tensioned yet, but yeah, the head nuts go next with the flat face down. A little bit of oil on them, and we'll get them in. The head has now been installed. All the head bolts have been tensioned up to 34 Newton meters. So the next thing we're going to do is get the cams back in. So first of all, we're going to set the engine up on top dead center with number 1 piston at top dead center, and then we'll get the cams in. Now we're going to install the cams into the engine. A little bit different than doing it on the bench, but now when we do put these cams in now, we want the sprocket unbolted from the camshaft, because we'll need that to adjust these once we get the chain on. Okay, we've installed the cams with you can see the in there on the inlet cam on the left hand side of the bike here, and you can see the EX exhaust cam again on the left hand side. Sprockets are loose, they're not bolted, they're just sitting there. And on the other side we have the 2 cam lobes facing down. So now we can put the bearing caps on and tension all the bearing caps up. Okay, just explaining the most critical part of an engine, the timing of the cams to the crankshaft. First of all, we set the crankshaft on top dead center on number 1. Secondly, we installed the cams with the cam lobes on number 4 cylinder pointing down like this. We disconnected the sprockets from the cams, and we had IN and EXE on the left hand side of the engine. Now that we've put the bearing covers on and tensioned them to 12 Newton meters, we can now put the sprockets on and align the inlet mark with this surface here, and the EX exhaust mark with this surface here. So all we have to do now is turn the cam slightly to get a bolt in, put some Loctite on it, and they get tensioned to 20 Newton meters. And then we install the tensioner and recheck the timing, and that's it done. Okay guys, well, the Honda CB400SF is now off the stand. She's complete. I've just filled it with fresh oil and an oil filter, and I'm just going to take it for a very short spin to just warm this oil up, and I'm going to drain it as soon as I get back and put another fresh batch of oil in just in case any small contaminants are in the engine. So yeah, we'll just take it for a little spin and yeah, come back and change the oil. Yeah, she's runs really nice, smooth bike. Alright, keep going. Well guys, that's the Honda CB400SF done and dusted. Yeah, took her for a ride this afternoon, and yeah, she's performing really nice. Very smooth bike, lovely brakes and handles. You know, compared to the heavier bikes I've got, it handles really nice. Just drops in the corners. Yeah, she revs out to 13,000. You feel the VTEC come in at 6.5. Yeah, the installation went okay. Just nightmare with all these hoses and all that. You've got to take, if you do strip a bike like this, you've got to take photos of all the pipes, cables, and wires that go in there. I did have one fault when they went to start this bike. It came up as the engine fault, and they do have a code. Like it's sort of, you get a flash of 1.3 seconds, and then you get other flashes at 0.5 of a second. So I had two flashes at 1.3 and 7 at 0.5, which gave me a code of 27, which turned out to be the VTEC valve up here. And funny enough, when I pulled the throttle bodies out, the VTEC wire did get pulled out of its connection. I put it back in, thought it was okay, but when I checked it out, yeah, it wasn't getting any continuity with the ECU. So I put a new connector in, and yeah, it was all good as gold. But yeah, so a really nice bike. Good to see it back on the road. Nice for the old guy that sold me the bike. He really loved this bike, so I'm sure he's glad to see this bike living again. Thanks guys.